I think what's really interesting is how performance in open data translates across the Atlantic, and the issues that we've seen, the problems that other American colleagues are struggling with are exactly the same as the issues we have at West Sussex. I think every session has had a takeaway for me, but this morning at the session with the girls from Kansas, how you link citizen priorities to your dashboard, to your satisfaction, has put some pieces of the jigsaw together that I've been grappling with for quite a long time. So that was brilliant for me.
There have been a number of talks that I found very insightful, particularly around open performance as we embark on that in the city of Seattle. I think one of the most compelling talks that I've heard was the second one on the first day from Waldo, where he gave all the cities a bit of a call to action. And I thought he did it in a very playful and yet insightful way, telling us that a lot of the work we've been doing, though critically important to the movement of open data, isn't enough. Because it made us all really think about where our programs are now, how we can be doing better, how we can be making more decisions with the data that we're opening up to the public, and how we can better partner with the public on making those decisions as a result of the data.
We see the summit as an opportunity to, first and foremost, connect with our peers in the field of performance management, and then kind of collectively learn about best practices and get ideas about where we can go from here, but also forge some relationships that we can hopefully lean on in the future. I think hearing from Waldo Jaquith, the Open Data Institute, was really kind of eye-opening, the way he spoke about, you need to be doing better with open data, and put that out as a sort of a challenge. He said something that I noted down, that he said, everybody talks about starting with the low-hanging fruit, and he said if you've actually ever picked fruit, you know that if you start with the low-hanging stuff, then your bag is really heavy by the time you have to climb the tree. And so he sort of flipped that paradigm for me a little bit, the idea of pursuing this process strategically instead of just trying to hit the easy marks to begin with.
Oh wow, I've learned quite a bit. I talked for a long time with the guy from Zillow, and that actually provided me with some things to go back to my departments, especially our building department, to demonstrate to them how the data can be used and who would use the data in what ways. One of the difficulties that you've probably heard from lots of people is your operating departments out there, getting them to the level of understanding of what this does, how this data gets used. And that's just a real live example, because I think probably anybody you ask that has ever used a computer is going to know what Zillow is. And so that's a real live way to show them there are companies out there that use this data in a way that provides information to the public.
The summit has been fantastic. Quite honestly, I'm one of the few folks who are not from government, but first and foremost, it's definitely given me a different perspective on the challenges of open data because of all the different speakers, all the different people that I've interacted with at the networking events. Additionally, there have been some speakers who have brought some really provocative thoughts that are not just about open data, not just about government, but about how to manage towards metrics and how to use data to manage towards metrics, and a whole host of topics. It's been quite fascinating.